Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough, cooperative playthrough of Masters of the Universe Fields of Eternia. And we are playing the, I think, what was the scenario called? Exactly, He-Man Imposter. Thanks so much for all your cool comments and encouraging comments. Really appreciate this a lot. And it really seems there is some appetite seeing content for this game, and I really do enjoy this game quite a big deal too. There are some, let's say, comments I have to make before I get into the gameplay. I think rules-wise I was doing okay, at least I didn't see anything negative. There is some, I think I did some digging on the Geek, and I also had, I think the designer even came back to me and answered one of my questions in respect to how Faker later on is moving through this over the board basically, and I think I got that covered. The one main thing though, originally I thought, okay, you can basically stall until the 30 went, when then Faker is basically automatically getting added to the board. Unfortunately, you are not able to engage Faker because until then you still know that you don't know that you are dealing with Faker. You really think it's He-Man who just returned from his, I don't know, travels and whatnot. So in order to be able to engage Faker in the first place, you have to fight Skeletor. And in order to do that, you really have to defeat both Beastmen and Triclops. Only then will Skeletor be lured out basically. It's really not clearly mentioned in the rules, and I was not the only one who was asking this question, but I do think I got it now, and it makes sense actually. You really have to you get to know the plans of evil Skeletor before you know what he's up to. So I think that's why I think we may need to speed things up a little bit in respect moving our heroes towards the east actually, so we can start taking those guys out. So far I was really moving into that direction, which again wasn't wrong per se, because again we need access to those merchants, but I think rather sooner than later do we need to move all our heroes towards Mount Eternium or Village of Hydo. So we really need Skeletor to be out. Stratos already is on a good path actually, so I think he is not doing bad there, but I think sooner or later we may need to make some serious progress. At least our battle deck, our combat deck, has been improved quite a bit actually. So yeah, I'm really curious how things go. One thing I just noticed, I think I moved Man-at-Arms back into Folk Castle, but I'm relatively certain he was already here because he was getting after some baddies. I think we had an encounter with him or so. And again, our plan was to move him towards one of these quest markers here. And right now I may want to consider starting with him just to see how things go, and then we can still course correct in some extent. On the other hand, no, we are completely out of money actually. So if we get money through an encounter there, which I highly doubt actually, I think in these more advanced scenario-driven fractures in times encounters, there's really not an awful lot of ways getting money, but who knows? I don't really know all those cards. So yeah, let's start with him. So with this first action, we will take a normal move action, and then we will go for, I think it's called quest action or so whatnot. We are removing this quest marker here, and we are drawing our very first, let's say, more advanced fractures in time encounter. So let's see what we have. Hordak's evil plan. And that's a terrible one. Yeah, that's really not what we need right now. Hordak, now armed with a tablet of separation, has cast the deadly spell of separation to gain access to the star seed. This causes massive earthquakes throughout Eternia. The giant Procrustes uses his massive strength to hold Preternia together as King Grayskull faces off against Hordak. Both teams, and yeah, right now, oh no, it's both teams actually. No, I think this also counts for them actually. Both teams must remove any 3 friendly soldiers from the map. Okay, I think this is something we can live with actually. I'm wondering though if this is something that we can use in our favor. There are some, let's say, clarifications in the solo rules which say whenever you get to make choices for the, let's call it AI make it as detrimental to yourself as possible. So I will remove 3 of their guys, but I will not empty 1 location here, for example, for free. But I still think, because both of those are evenly good, and as Stratos is already relatively nearby, there might be a good chance to start down here. So we're removing 2 here and 1 here. They will come back at the end of the round, at least one by one. But of course, we also have to make stuff. And I see that now, actually. I think, yeah, this is a victory point. This is a victory point. And this, I think, goes to the team, actually, who have drawn this event in a solo game that's only us. And we are still fighting for victory points. So I think I definitely take it. Why not? And here it really doesn't matter where we are taking those from. Let's do this, because we will, okay, that's, no, it's not, no, it does matter. It actually does matter. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, but I don't know. So we have to remove this for sure. This is 1. Because here we can bring out 5, she can also bring out some. So I think here we can move 2, and then I think she will simply raise or levy 3 more troops here. No, I think that is fine. And yeah, that's basically the turn of Men-at-Arms. Let's flip this one over, but yeah, it was a little bit underwhelming. Yeah, things are not moving as quickly as I would like them to move, but yeah, we will go with Tila next. So she will definitely levy 3 more troops in the village of Gas, and then I think she is, again, she could move here, but it doesn't matter. Should we? Oh, maybe she, okay, we can use a, does it help us? That's now the question. What are we going to do with her? No, I think we are moving her here, actually. And then with her next turn, or with her next action, not her next turn, basically, she could go for an encounter. I think we really need to do some more encountering. Yeah, but that's also already her turn done. And yeah, this is going to be a very boring turn, actually. I think for Stratos, we are doing something very similar. We are moving Stratos in here. Problem now really is we don't have any money, right? No, there's not a single buck Eternium left. Otherwise, I would have totally moved into Temple of Hordak, for example. I could go for this space here. The problem is he doesn't have a lot of basically, only thing that he has is this counterattack. But again, the counterattack he can use on any hero anyway on the board. So I'm not sure if he is the best one to deal with. No, I think we are moving him here, and then he will also encounter during the next turn, just to hope he's getting an ally or so. Yeah, let's do that. Again, our enemies are not moving, so that's something that has been confirmed, I think, even by the designer as well. He's very active. I really do appreciate that a lot. So again, they will only activate if they're ever getting defeated and want to get back to their outposts here, or again, if either Faker or Skeletor are on the board. One thing I should have mentioned, at the end of each hero's activation we would have been able to heal, but none of our heroes is injured, which is very unusual, quite honestly. So we are moving into the next round already. Here we will roll more dice, so I think we may need to levy some more troops, maybe. Yeah, let's see about that. And then, yeah, I guess we are going to, yeah, get our income, actually. And if I counted correctly, we are taking 6 coins, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Exactly. So we have some money. And I need to check our gear, actually, to see if there is something that we desperately need, or if we definitely want to hold on to one, maybe, for his move. But I think we don't need it this round. Maybe we want to go for more choices in respect to our encounters. Let's see about that. Okay, let's have Men-at-Arms. Do we also want him to go for another encounter, actually? So what we could do is we could move him here, do the encounter, and then depending on what we are drawing, yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. Let's do that. So we are moving him here, and then we are going for Brave the Wilds. We are spending a coin. I really should be a little bit more careful, but I really want some choices. We need something to happen relatively quickly. And yeah, here we have 2 bad. That's a problem. It's not an ally of ours, obviously. Yeah, getting him as an ally, giving +2 body ability. That would have been huge. Or we can go for the event, a game of cards. Spend 3 Eternium to roll a die, and then we could gain another combat card. Again, it's not a bad thing, but I guess we need some more items actually. So we have to deal with one of those, and I think we will rather go for 2, but because this will also update a card if we are successful. Yes, 3 to 4, basically the same amount of successes we need to roll, but somewhat differently distributed. So we might take some damage here. So yeah, let's discard this card. I think it goes to the bottom of the pile, and then yeah, we are rolling our next Wilds encounter. Let's bring out our trusted dice tower here. We are still rolling 7 dice with Man-at-Arms. I think it's 7 for no. Stratos only rolled 6, but all the others right now are rolling 7. Okay, that's a very bad roll. Ooh, I'm not sure if we will be able to even make it. But we have a reroll, and again, with this reroll, we can also reroll this other miss die here. And ooh, okay, I think, oh, we are not able to make it actually. So this could have been a complete waste of time and money, that is. So we need basically 5, oh, we have 5 successes. No, we need 6 successes. 2 to get through the armor, and then 4 more to take him down. Oh, 1 more success. No, I think in this case, yeah, we will simply assign the 3 dice, so we're not taking any wounds, and I think you are allowed to do that. So we are not losing anything, but we are also not gaining anything. So this fella also goes back to the bottom of the respective deck. Oof, that hurt. Okay, then we are moving to Tila's turn, and I think we need more units. Right, we could really lose an awful lot, but does it really help us getting more troops in here? Because we have to remove soldiers from merchant locations first, so moving her here doesn't really help us actually. So no, I think we will move her here, and then we will also brave the wilds. Question is, do we want to spend money or not? And I think we do actually, so we are spending another one. I think I want some choices. I really need allies like crazy, and I think we can still afford an ally afterwards. And unfortunately, it's neither. And by the way, you shuffle those failed combat cards back into the deck. You don't put them to the bottom of the deck, which I have done anyway. We have drawn 2 normal encounters, 2 beasts here. We have Scorpione and Antrinid. 2/2, 3/1/2. So it seems that she's slightly tougher. No, it's also a 6 in the end, right? Yeah, it's also 6. But special abilities, only dice showing double successes may be assigned to this beast, basically in order to defend. And any double successes counts as a single success instead. This sounds pretty nasty, and I think I'm okay taking some damage here. So let's. I think this really goes back to the bottom of the stack, and I think we have to fight Scorpione. It still would give us an upgraded combat card, but it doesn't give us anything else. And Tila is also rolling 7 dice. So let's see how things go. Yeah, okay, let's see. Yeah, that's not pretty. So we can't assign any of those, but we get basically those 4 dice as complete rerolls. Okay, that's more like it. What can we do with those? First of all, we will have to bring this sucker down and this sucker down here. So basically what happens, we have reduced the armor and we have reduced the heart. And we cannot split those double symbols. Maybe this is something I may have missed before. Then we only can assign the double cross to this one here, which ultimately means Scorpione is dead. The problem is we are still taking 1 point of damage, which I guess is okay at this point in time. For our spoils, we are getting another +1, and of course we are exchanging this with a +1. So really, our combat deck is getting pretty cool. I think we have 7 or 8 of those +1 cards, which are obviously the weakest cards, and we have already removed 4 of them. So I'm pretty content with that, and I think this is simply getting discarded and could come back if we ever have to reshuffle the deck. Before I forget, I think we are going to purchase a spell with her. This costs, oh, 3. But 3 is okay because we still have 1 for Stratos. If we need it, we may not really need it. So no, I think I'm okay with that actually. We want to hold on to that 1 money though. But I guess having this spell here, the Thunder spell, do 2 damage to an enemy soldier, 1 damage to 2 soldiers, or D2 damage to an enemy hero. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Let's not forget about this one. Then it's Stratos. We will also brave the wild here. We are not going to pay. I really want to hold on to the money, and so far it really didn't. Okay, Spillion. Yeah, another one of those. Again, as we have now really reshuffled, everything is on. And for 1, okay, he's a 7. Okay, if the hero loses 1 or more, basically takes 1 or more damage from this beast attack, they lose an additional 1. Not for Eden, it's not 1 for 1, it's simply 1 more. But yeah, we could take up to 5 damage now in theory. And the main problem is he's only rolling 6 dice. We still have our counter attack, which could help us. We can use it during a wild's combat, yes, indeed. And okay, that's not enough. So let's re-roll those 2. Oh, now we are talking. Obviously, we are simply assigning this to their attack, so we are taking 1 point of damage, but because of the special ability here, the combat skill, we take 2 damage. And I think we still have an action left with him. We can't do the same action twice during a given turn, well, that's kind of wrong, but we can't brave the wilds again. And he's really not in a great shape right now, going after those, let's call it more epic quest counters. We could still move him towards the Horde Factory Works, to get us some discount on vehicles, and we can still make a choice. So I think let's do that here. On the other hand, because we are still adjacent to those fellas, we could move them down here actually. Yeah, absolutely. No. We will mobilize, and because we are adjacent, we will move. Does it matter how many we will move? Let's move 2 down here to the Horde Factory Works. This might give us some more Eternium, but only after the next round to come. And we still get the discount here. No, I think that's the better deal, and that's pretty much the end of the round. And it really seems time is of the essence here. That's definitely something. I think we have stalled here way too long, because I didn't really fully understand the scenario. But again, when I'm playing these kind of games, especially for the first time in solo, I'm more than happy to lose these games. I don't want the game to mop the floor with me, but I definitely want to feel, or make it feel like a challenge, of course. So let's move into the next round. We will trigger our next event, which says heroes assaulted, roll 2 dice for each success, remove a friendly soldier from the map, prioritizing locations where the merchant first, so we know the drill. And I think we are still rolling 2 dice per hero, so I think we might as well simply roll 6 dice here, right? Again, it doesn't matter who is going to take the blame on this. Oof, we really don't want to see any successes here. That's 4, which I guess could have been much worse. So we should be able 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I think we are not going to lose any more troops through events. I think that's basically something we don't need to worry about from here on. Of course, if enemies are moving there, we are still removing them, but apart from that, we will most likely not going to lose any of these 3 locations here. Nice! At the end of the round, we will be able to heal our heroes by 1, or at least at the end of each of their individual activations. I still think we want to start with Men-at-Arms up here to go after one of these quest encounters here. I think, again, I want to show you stuff as much as possible. So, again, these wild encounters or wild combat is fun, but I think there's definitely much more to this game. So yeah, let's move in here, and then we will go for this quest encounter here. There we can't spend any money in order to do something else. And Villain's Call. So far we are not meeting any epic beasts here, for example. What does it say? Spend 5 Eternium to search the scenario deck for the hero's call card and place it in front of this hero. Reshuffle this card into the deck. Yeah, we can't do that. And I think if we can't do that, we will simply shuffle it back into the deck. Again, another complete waste of time for him. I'm not even sure what I was hoping to find. Again, maybe one of these epic beasts. But anyway, yeah, this was, again, more or less waste of time. Let's move Tila over here, and she will also brave the wilds. And yeah, I'm not really feeling like spending more money now, actually. On the other hand, could we gain some more money if we would move? No, I don't think so, actually. So yeah, let's see what we get. Panther! Unfortunately, not an ally for us. It's for the, what is it? Evil warriors, right? That's the faction. So we simply have to fight them. If, again, if Skeletor, if the evil warriors would get this, the hero would gain +2, +1, and +1 here, and would also upgrade their card. The card upgrade, I think, is still something we would get. Yes, exactly, when we defeat them. But I think we can't, no, we can't tame it. We can't really tame it. Again, this was Tila's activation, right? Yeah, we started with Man-at-Arms, then it was Tila, and then she is done afterwards. So yeah, we need 9 successes not to take any... Oh gosh. Oh gosh, it's so bad. At the start, roll a die. Okay, we should have rolled a die anyway, so let's quickly do that. I forgot that, and indeed, it was a success. So it has even one more. So let's place it here, actually. So it has 4 strength, right, or 4 attack. So in order, yeah, I think that's the only thing we can do. Again, I would be okay taking damage. So if we would have 6 successes, I would take it down, but we can't. So we have to spend all our 4 successes here not to take any damage, and then we are shuffling Panther right into its stack. Wow, tough. I'm not feeling it. One thing that I could have done differently, though, again, I don't really know if really running for these heroes here is something that we should do right now. We are in an okay shape, so you can do, basically you can take quick travels basically from these towers. So from this tower to this tower, you can move from this tower to any other tower. So we could have definitely saved us some time. The problem still is I don't really know if that's what we need to do right now, because we need to prep ourselves, and you prep yourself by taking encounters and whatnot. And the epic encounters, so the fractures in time ones, didn't really help us. And the others, yes, they did improve our combat deck a little bit, but I think the early ones were some cool events, actually. But we also rolled really poorly the last 2 or 3 times, so this didn't help either, right? Anyway, it's Stratos. What are we going to do with him? We could have bought these steel gauntlets for Stratos. We get this for a discount of 1, and that's the money we have left. We could have done that basically at the end of the last round, so then we would have given him basically 1 more die for these wilds encounters. That's usually what you're using the body ability for. Of course, again, you buy at the end of your turn, so we can't do that right now. I'm not taking things back because we have rolled dice, we have whatever seen encounters and whatnot. So maybe we might consider that at the end of this round. Question still stands, what are we doing with him? So I guess we are still moving him closer to Beastman over here. Just surprised, why do I see Beastman but I have the Trapjaw card here? It shouldn't really worry you, but I think that's something that we have to replace once we are actually fighting this guy. And fighting we have to do rather soon. We still have some time left, so don't get me wrong, it's still premature to get panicked or so, but I think still something we do. We can also brave the wilds in a space like this, at least as far as I know. And do we want to spend the money? Because at the start of the next round we will get some money. No, I think we will spend our last remaining money to draw 2 encounter cards. So let's see, 100 is back. And another event. Tangle Thorn. A thicket of thorns springs to life and ensnares you. You'll either need to leave something behind to escape, okay, or try to cut your way clear. Okay, we can choose one. Again, I've not chosen yet, but you get to choose things here. We can spend 1 Eternium. Otherwise, roll it down a blank. This hero cannot move on their next turn. Leave this card. Oh gosh. Okay, we can still do other stuff, but we can't move, right? Or are we simply going... I think we are simply going to fight the Endring again. Yeah, I think so. We have to do that. So this goes to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's the problem. If we are getting No, I think there's no chance that we are going down actually, right? No, I don't think so. We should be fine, because if we're getting defeated, we will lose items and or money, something really you want to avoid. But I think we should be fine. So we are rolling only 6 dice, and now we don't even have the money to buy him the gauntlets, right? Okay, that's also bad. Yeah, okay. Oops, this was a 1. This is a 2, but because of his special abilities, any double success roll counts as singles, so it's still okay. So we get to re-roll those 2. They have to stay behind, and yeah, the best we can do right now, not this. Not this. Yeah, in order not to suffer any damage, we will assign our 2 successes. Again, this only counts for 1 success to this, so we are not taking any more damage with Stratos. And I forgot to heal Tila, by the way. We are at the end of a night round, and the same is now true. No, Stratos? No, we moved him. He will also heal at the end of his turn, and that's pretty much the end of a very, very boring and almost embarrassing round. Okay then, let's move into the next round. We will get our income, which is 7 this round. So now we are getting somewhere at least, but it's still not great. It's still not great for sure. And then, yeah, what's our game plan? Man-at-Arms, I think, definitely needs to move towards Triclops up here, right? That's the idea. What's faster? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter. I think we want to definitely have some more encounters. The question still is, are we going to spend money or not? I think we really need to hold on to our money now. So no, I will simply draw a card. We are braving the wilds again, and that's a duel. You hear murmuring from the soldiers of an enemy hero bragging about their strength. Perhaps you could best them in single combat. Place this card next to your hero card. The next time you win an epic combat against an enemy hero, discard. Okay, that's our plan. Then we discard this card to gain another advanced combat card, in addition to any normal rewards. Okay, why not? But yeah, it's really, you know, we really needed more money actually. So yeah, let's hold on to this. Hopefully I will not forget this actually. Okay, what we can do now actually. We could go for another encounter here. Then moving into the slime pit. In the slime pit, then we would gain a discount on all our spells, because then we would be controlling 2 of those merchants. And again, I definitely need to make some more, at least I will try to advance somewhat. So yeah, let's do that. Are we spending money now? So we are getting discount now. For him, I'm a bit concerned. Let's draw 2 cards actually. Oh, Tangled Thorn is back, and Spillern is also back. Okay, we are toast. Oh, if we are taking Tangled Thorn, that's the problem. We can't move, right? This hero can't move on their next turn. I think this is also true for this turn, I guess. In the end, we only need 3 successes to take him out, and with even 5, I think that's worth it. But I believe he actually fought him and wasn't able to get him down, right? At least I think. Maybe we need to use our counterattack. Let's see about that. No, I think that is pretty solid actually. Let's see, we will assign the 2 here. Again, we can't split those. 1 goes in here. So he's definitely out, and then we have the 4 in order not taking any damage. That's what I'm talking about. Nice job, Stratos, for sure. So we get the +2, and here's another +1 we are removing from our starting combat deck. So I think we are really getting somewhere. Nice job. Stratos still has 1 movement point left, so we are getting some discounts on the spells. Maybe let's have a closer look at those. And both Berserk and Surge, by the way, Surge was the one we replaced with, I think it was the Thunder one, exactly. Both are pretty good. Here we simply draw or place an additional combat card. That's amazing. It's really amazing. And you play these cards basically after you are done placing these combat cards onto your board. That's really an absolute cool surprise that can happen. The Surge, on the other hand, play this during combat with an enemy hero to activate that basically the search effect of your current weapon. And that basically depends a little bit, but I think we want to go for the Berserk. We get it for 3 money. because of our discount which we just got. And again, yeah, Stratos is buying this, but again, it doesn't matter who holds this spell. You can use them anywhere. So we still have some money left, which is good. Let's replace the spell we just bought. And that's luck. Play immediately after you roll one or more dice, or after throwing, after rolling a card, re-roll any number of dice, or discard the card and draw a new one. Nice, but again, our purchasing for Stratos is done, but I think that's okay. Again, the spells can go anywhere. Next it's Tila, and next round we're also not getting any income, so we are not in a hurry moving her to some place. Problem now really is, I think, one thing I forgot, I just noticed that, by the way. I should have restocked those soldiers. I'm relatively certain by now they would have been at full strength again. This happens at the end of each round. So each outpost there controlling, they're adding these folks, and I'm relatively certain that by now this should have been refilled. But again, no harm was done here. So no, I think we need to get moving, right? Yeah, let's move her here, I guess. And yeah, let's simply, should we draw, should we spend one money? I think we will spend one more money to draw 2 cards here. Okay, Gar Warrior and a Dillix. Okay, that's a beast we can tame, and we would have actually the money just left. 2 more. Again, everyone can try to tame it. First of all, we need to be successful, but that's an amazing one. +1 strength, +1 speed. We don't have, I think we only have an ally. I think you can have an ally and a beast as far. Yeah, I think so. But what you can't have is a beast and a vehicle, for example. You have to make a choice. So I think in this case it was worth it. Yeah, let's totally go. It's a little bit tougher to beat, but I think we should be able. At least there is a chance. It's not unrealistic for her. And I'm really terribly sorry I'm only able to show you these wilds encounters actually. I was really trying. I mean, I draw 2 of these Fractures in Times cards, but both of those were kind of duds. So we are rolling 7 for her. She doesn't have any upgrade. No, she doesn't. So yeah, let's roll those dice, and ooh, I don't think that this is enough. It would be enough, but we are taking some damage. But at the start, okay, we have, keep forgetting this. So let's roll that. It's a success. It's only a +1, which means if we are, do we have enough? That's the question. So we have 3 here to take it down, and oops, that was 1, and 2 here to bring it down to 0 defense. But then we would be taking 4 damage. I still think it's worth it. Yeah, let's totally do that. So she may have to take a rest action, but I think this costs her entire turn. But I still think it was worth it. She will get, so basically she will take the beast with her. We need to spend the 2 money to tame it. And then we get all this, and we can trade those. So we could meet with Stratos or with Men-at-Arms in order to whatever move stuff around, but we'll also get another +2 card here actually. I think that is pretty amazing. We're really, not really thinning it out, but we are making it very effective. Yeah, after this one, we only have 1 more level 1 card in there. So I think we did an amazing job. So the next combat score, we didn't add an awful lot of 3s, but taking the 1s out is already a great start. Nicely done, Tila. And I think, yeah, that was her entirety of her action, right? She moved and she braved the wild. And I think that's basically the end for today's episode. We are moving into the next round. I will put a die in here to just remind myself that we already have moved it. At the end of this round, we will be able to heal 1 point, but for Stratos, it might be a good thing. Up next, we need to move, I think, Men-at-Arms in here to send some troops over here to reduce this down. But I think this is something that we need to do then once we're really making our charge towards Mount Eternium. And I think, yeah, down here, yeah, we're getting some more money actually at the end of the at the start of the next round. This round we are again completely broke. That's definitely kind of a bummer. But yeah, that's basically how this game goes. Again, I'm terribly sorry I'm not able to show you the epic combat. We will rather sooner than later, believe me. the latest when we're trying to take out one of those guys here. I'm really looking forward to that because I haven't tried this one yet, not in the solo mode. This is slightly different to the multiplayer mode, where there's this really very cool mechanic actually about he thinks that I thinks that he thinks, for example, or they think. Really nicely done actually. It takes some time, that's kind of a problem, but because everyone is involved, so everyone can play cards, for example, so spell cards and whatnot, I think it's still engaging enough for all the others to watch, even though this part of the game or this part of the combat really takes some serious time. All the other encounters, you have seen that for yourself, are really basically done in a blink of an eye, which also works for me, of course. And yeah, before I forget, huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members, and welcome back, Joel. Really appreciate your continuous support, actually, really do. If you want to support my little channel, you will find a link to my Patreon. You can join me here directly on YouTube. There is a little thanks button below the video for a small, maybe not so small donation. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, everything helps, of course. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And yeah, until then, bye bye.